I don't think it's really important if you win, because as long as you try your hardest.
Well, that's very good. How many people think like that? It's not really, but as long as you try hard, you do the best. That's really good. I like that. Can I ask you the same question that I asked you before we came on film? Particularly from the girls now, that they've played a bit of cricket and they've certainly played a fair amount of softball. Any girls have a comment to make about softball compared with cricket as a game? Would they like one better than the other? We talked a bit about it before, the sorts of things that we were saying before. Would you like to answer that?
Can I say the same thing?
Yes, yes.
But I like softball best because really, because when you go for the team match cricket, but in cricket, it's so slow and it's very boring to watch. And
boring to watch because there's not as much action as there is in softball. You think that's so? And boring because your turn to bat is a long way apart.
Yes.
In softball, you might get a hit each innings. And an innings is over very quickly, whereas in cricket you might get a hit each innings, but it takes a long while for an innings to come round. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, because you only get 3 balls, but you have to think, go against or do. And with cricket you've got lots of them until you get out.
Right. Yes.
I like softball better because what it leads to is it doesn't take a long time for your bat to come round.
Right, so you don't get bored waiting for your turn. Right, now just the girls for a start on softball. Ed?
Well, some people say cricket's for boys and some people say cricket's for girls, but I like cricket better, because the people, if you know...
Why do people say that, Em? Why do people say softball has to be for girls and girls play softball and cricket has to be for boys?
Because, well, one thing I think it is, but you have to wait a long time and more girls play it.
Is that the why do they say softball's a good game for girls? Is it because it's a soft ball and girls should only play with softball? Or is it, and boys should play with hard cricket? But why do people say those sorts of things? You're saying...
If they're a boy, they sort of, like take the professional games, and like if a boy said that, he would, say...
But girls do play cricket.
Yeah.
There are girls' cricket teams.
And if I don't know.
Yes, there are. Oh, there's an Australian girls' cricket team that plays Test cricket against England. There is an Australian girls' team. I know you play cricket very well, and you'll probably end up playing cricket, maybe for Victoria or Australia if you keep going. But why do people say that about children at school, that girls should play softball and boys should play cricket? Why is that so?
Because some boys think it's not for girls.
It's a sissy game.
Yeah, and they can't face up to the balls.
Oh, the other way around. They're saying that girls shouldn't play cricket because it really is a man's game.
Yeah.
And your girls shouldn't play a man's game. Do you agree with that?
No, I think some boys do say that, but I don't think it's girls should be able to play cricket if they want to.
Well, you must be just about the first girls and boys that I know that have played in a cricket team together, played cricket together. It doesn't happen in any other school that I know of, and it doesn't happen in any other teams that I know of that are outside school. Now, why is that so? Why do people like that?
Well, I think so. I think because see, the boys, they think that they're better than the girls, but they're not. You see, sometimes I have arguments with my brother and saying, he says, I can play cricket better than you. I said, no, you can't. And we have fights like that. But see, the boys think that they can play more games, and they think they can play cricket better than us. But you see, girls can play cricket. Some girls can play cricket better than the boys.
What did your mums, the girls, did your mums or dads make any funny comments, or did they make any comments at all when you said, we're playing cricket at school in the same teams as the boys are, and we're playing combined cricket? What did mums and dads say at home over the tea table or the breakfast table when you came home and said that sort of thing? They say funny things? They say funny things? Your parents say things?
Well, they didn't really say much. They thought, that should be a good experience.
A good experience?
Yeah, sort of how...
Did they agree with it? They say, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
They did, didn't they?
And also, about you were talking before about when the boys sort of
on TV and the World Series cricket and everything, no girls or women.
You don't see girls playing, do you?
Or in it or
No.
anything. And you never see anything like that. There's always men playing. Sort of
Do you think if a girl got really good, say Emma became really good, and she wanted to play in the men's cricket team for Australia, do you think they'd let her?
No.
Why not?
Well, it's hard to say, but they just probably wouldn't let her because she's a girl and she just might be able to play as good as them. I can't really explain it.
No, it's interesting. That's probably why they'd say no, though. Just because she's a girl and she shouldn't be playing there, not because she's not good enough.
It's just not the game for them. It's the
Yeah. All right. Well, that's interesting. You want to make some? You want to make some more comments? Yeah?
Yeah, well, you see, well, I've got two things to say. My mum said that it'll be good for you to play cricket, because I play in the house cricket as well.
Mm-hmm.
But she said it will be good to play cricket just with the grade without any of the other grade 5s, and about Emma going into the Victorian cricket and everything. Well, she's a very good player, but I don't think they will let her because it would look a bit odd if there's one girl and there's all the rest are boys. But she's a very good player though.
That's good. What did your parents say?
I said to my mum that I'll hit a ball, but I never did. And she sort of asked questions.
That's it. And what sort of question? I'm interested to know what, because I think my mum and dad might have thought it was very strange if I'd come home and said, "Oh, we're playing cricket at school, grade 5 today, and in my team there were 5 girls as well as 6 boys." My mother and father would have thought that was very strange. Did your parents think that was strange?
When I just told them, they didn't think that. If a letter comes in, it's not funny or anything.
I know, they explained. Oh, that's maybe because Mr. Smith had explained it very
Yeah.
well. Can any parents say some interesting things? What did
I went home and I told them that we're playing boys and girls on the team. They didn't think it was strange because at my old school, we weren't allowed to have boys and girls teams. We had to have boys and girls. But my brother just laughed his head off because he didn't believe in girls playing with boys. He thought girls were weak.
It's an older brother. Yes, that's a boy's reaction, isn't it? Yeah. Anything else, Em? What did your parents say?
Well, I told my mum and dad, and they didn't take it serious. And then I said, Burwood State College, where they and then they were going to, help us and everything, going to do an experiment. And then they sort of took it serious and saying, why are they putting girls in it? Why the girls should play softball or something, and the boys should play cricket. And because you don't see a lady wrestler going on to...
Oh, I see, lady wrestlers.
Yeah, but they're not as popular as men wrestlers.
And you don't think that lady cricketers will be as popular as men cricketers?
No, because on TV a couple of years ago, there was this little girl and she wanted to play soccer with the boys. And
that's an interesting. Yes, well, Emma, that's an interesting. I'll pursue that one with you in a moment because I remember that little girl wanting to play football or soccer or
and
whatever.
I've done the same. Up at Doncaster, we were playing cricket, and all the boys and I wanted to play cricket, and we went into the inter
school, no, inter club competition.
Yeah, and they wouldn't let me because I was a girl, and everyone thinks girls are weaker, but not really, because.
You think your muscles are just as strong, do you?
Yeah.
Well, can we just follow that one? I'm interested from mums and dads' point of view first of all, because we'll follow that one up. Any from parents' point of view?
Well, Mum and Dad really were kind of used to girls and boys playing cricket together because in Wesley, when we first came to Wesley with me and my sister, with not really inter-school, but with house games and everything, it was always, girls were allowed to play with boys and boys were allowed to play with girls and that. But when I told them about with Burwood State College and that, they said it's really good and I thought it's a really good idea.
Anna, have they been asking you questions as you come home each week? Have you been talking about it and explaining what we're trying to do? Yeah. Did you know what we're really trying to do? Mm-hmm. Do you still understand? Do you know what the people here, my students, do you know what they were they were trying to do with all those charts? Does anybody know? Do you know what they're trying to do?
Yeah, I think they're trying to get ideas just for us, and if they're kind of successful, they could take the games to other schools.
That's good. They were doing that, just that, finding ideas. But what were they really writing down? What sort of things were they really writing down? In fact, Mr. Smith walked around. He wrote a lot of comments down that you said. But what were the teachers who were sitting on the side there with their little sheets? They were making lots of little marks on it. Were they just putting down the runs and the wickets? What were they doing?
They're seeing how well girls and boys could combine in playing together.
No, actually they weren't. No, they weren't doing that. No, they weren't doing that. That's what we're trying to find out now in talking with you. But they weren't trying to, I don't think they were trying to do that. No, we weren't trying to do that when they were marking. Anna?
Well, they were trying to kind of do a survey on.
Yes, it was a survey.
On opinions of children.
No, yes, no, that's what we're trying to survey your opinions a bit now. They weren't doing opinions on those sheets. What were they doing?
They were trying to find out our ability.
No, they weren't even trying to find. That may have come out, but that wasn't what they were really trying. I'm surprised. I thought you would have worked out what they were trying to do. Yeah?
Not only for our school, but other schools had to
Yes,
play.
that's what you said, isn't it? So we're trying to provide something
yeah,
for other people, but that's not really what they were trying to do. At least, do you know what they were trying to do?
They were
specifically?
trying to, I don't know if this is right, but they were trying to make a game that boys and girls could play together no matter what their ability was.
Yes, that's true.
On
That's
the
what.
Wednesday afternoon, when the students were sitting there with a pencil and paper, what were they trying to do?
Yes, that's exactly right.
And
Oh.
they're writing down what do you call it? Assignment or something. They're doing an assignment kind of
They
thing.
That's
are.
what they're
No.
doing
They
late
are.
at night, I would think.
No,
But
not
on the Wednesday afternoon with their pencil and paper, what were they doing?
I might have to tell you, I'm disappointed. Em?
Seeing how we react to this sort of.
No, not really, no. They walked around on the sheets when
And
they were.
seeing how we like it. And,
That's what we're trying to find out now. Afterwards, when you wrote down, that's what we were trying to find
well,
out.
there was
But
this-
they were doing something else while you were.
Sitting on the bench.
They
What
were
were they
writing
doing?
down all the scores and the balls we missed and things like that.
Good girl,
They were
yes.
trying to work out how they
Everything that you did, every time you stopped a ball and threw a ball, or hit a ball, or faced a ball, or tried to catch a ball, or did catch a ball, or whatever, every little thing you did, they put it against your name. And so they know exactly how many times you stopped it or tried to stop it, how many times you threw it or tried to throw it, how many times you faced a ball, how many times you tried to hit it, how many times you missed it, how many times you hit it, how many no balls you bowled, how many balls you bowled, all those things. But every one of those against everybody's name. And so we know how often you participated. How many, we call each of those a participation. Every time you throw, catch, field, etc. is a participation. We want to find out how many times you did that in the real game and in the modified game, and see if there is a difference. So we're trying to equalise everybody's chance to do it. All right, one question that came up from that, which came from Emma's, what Emma said. We can't go all day, we might run out of tape, it costs too much money. Even though it's delightful talking to you and finding out all these things. Cricket is a game that you've already proved that you can play, boys and girls can play cricket together. Em's upset because they won't let her play inter-club cricket. And she said about a little girl, and I saw a little girl, a couple of little girls, one in soccer and one in Australian football, who weren't permitted to play in the boys' team. Now, let's just think of another game, not softball. Softball, I think, is a good game where boys and girls can play together, not too many problems. But what if they said to you at Wesley, Mr. Smith said now, next year in grade 6, or even this year in the winter time in grade 5, boys and girls are going to play together and they're going to play football together. What do the girls play? They play netball during the winter time. I saw a netball court at school, right? The girls might play netball. The boys should be able to play netball. The girls should be able to play football. And we're going to start a new rule at Wesley, and we're going to have combined netball teams and combined football teams. What do you think about that, and what do you think your parents would think about that? First of all, what do you think about that, boys or girls? How do you think about playing in a netball team?
Oh, well, it would be alright.
Do you think netball's a good game for boys?
No, it's alright. Yeah.
Hmm? What about the girls playing your football team?
I don't know.
Not sure. Well, what do you think? Good idea? Not so good idea. Would you bump them over as hard as you bump your friend over next to you? Not sure. Yeah?
I'd let them play if they wanted to, but they'd have to get things done to them which other people have done to them, like when they get bumped or
Yeah, right. So they
hit.
let them play, but they have to have the same. They've got to be tackled and be knocked over and crawl on the ground and do all the things that boys got to do. You wouldn't be unhappy about having girls play on your team?
No.
I could have one here as a ruckman. I've got a ruckman already, haven't I?
Well, I think that it would be good to have combined netball and football because in assembly, well, I put my hand up and asked if we could have just a plain girls football team, and Mr. Conway said, well, you can, but we'll have to organise it. And he said,
Plain girls, that's just girls with girls, not...
Yeah, training and all that, but then playing with boys. And I reckon it would be good if we could play football with boys and if the boys can play netball.
How many girls would play, if that was offered, put up your hand really, if you would play football in the boys, you'd be quite happy to play football in the boys team? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. Yes, please.
Now, I checked the sports choice forms yesterday, and one of you has chosen footy clinic, Emma. Not one of the girls has chosen football. Can you explain why you've answered it now that you would, but when you sat down with mums and dads and made sports choices, you haven't? What's different today from when you did the sports choice? Alisa?
Well, Mum didn't give me a chance to look at it. She didn't ask me what I wanted. She just put netball down for me.
You might like to comment on that later. Emma, no, you were in the footy clinic.
I know that.
Hang on. Anna?
Well, one of the things was that Mum really wouldn't let me play the real game of football on Saturday mornings. And then on Thursday afternoons, it's difficult for Mum to pick me up on that.
Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because Kira was going to do a netball clinic, and then Mum would have to pick Thursday
Sure.
afternoon, and then Monday afternoon for jazz ballet, and then Wednesday afternoon after school.
So there's a good practical reason.
That's why.
What about the two girls here?
See, what I mean by having girls training and boys training, well, I mean kind of not in a just kind of for our grade, not in kind of a football clinic or something like that.
In the oven. See, we've got a footy match tomorrow that's all made up of boys. Under 5th grade. And nobody's come out to practice in girls.
The girls put their hands up and want to play football, but I don't play against the class, but not against other teams that I know about.
You'd like to have a go at footy in some way, though. What you're sort of saying.
Yeah, just with the class.
You don't want to get fed in.
That's interesting. On the other side, the boys, how many boys, given the opportunity to play netball, would choose to play netball in preference to football? There are 4 girls who want to play football, as say they do now. Are there any boys who would really like to play netball in preference to football? 2 of you, 3 of you. Right, good. Now, can the boys explain why that is so? Why would they prefer?
Well, I don't really like football as a game much. I like watching good players and things, but we know a boy who got his whole front teeth knocked out and things. He did have a mouth guard and everything on.
Still got knocked out.
Yeah, and all sorts of things like this happened in football. I don't really like really rough games much.
So you prefer to play netball. Would that cause problems, do you think? Do you think the other boys would think that's not so good? Really deep down? They might?
I don't know.
Don't know. Why would you prefer to play netball?
Because I don't really like football because it's
rough game. And
You think netball's a much better game, and not
Yes.
quite so physical? Yes, I think netball's a terrific game. I like playing netball.
Well, netball's good and so is football, but netball isn't really rough, and comparing netball to football, there's a lot of difference in the games. Because
Isn't it? It's a very different sort of
in
game.
netball you don't kick the ball.
All right, children, we've run out of tape. We only had 1 hour. You've talked. I'm quite astounded, really. You and I, Mr. Smith, we've talked for an hour without really knowing. You've sat there very well for an hour and talked for an hour, which is really good. And you've given us a lot of valuable information, I think, that we'll be able to use when we go off to talk to other teachers about what sort of games, particularly cricket, that children in grade 5, both boys and girls, wish to play. Yes, right.
I just want to check out whether you know the positions on the field. Now I might pick one of you to tell me exactly where it is, so be sure, be honest when I ask you this question. Put up your hand if you know where square leg is. Just put your hand up if you know where square leg is on the cricket field. Think back. Right, hands down. Put your hand up if you know where third man is. Tim, can you try to explain it?
Well, it's sort of down behind the wicketkeeper. It's sort of on the angle down behind the wicketkeeper. It's
Next to his legs or on the other side of his legs?
sort of on the other side of the
Yeah. Okay. Put your hand up if you know where slip is.